All right, our next guest, he was born under the Hollywood sign in the hills. He likes to sing about love, nominated for 5 Grammy Awards, a father, a writer, a producer. Nicknamed Brian McWhite. Let's hear it for Robin Thicke on the show today. What's up, Robin?
I love that. Yeah. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm excited. You made this show 5 years, 12 seasons, big finale coming up tonight. We've made it. Are you getting pumped for this evening?
Oh, always. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't get old. I mean, working with great people, watching these amazing performances that are like Grammys, productions, and these crazy costumes. I mean, it's the reason that the show is such a success is because it's so much fun to make, and I think that permeates from the screen.
We got holiday traditions in tonight's show. Nick Lachey's got a little performance. Do the Thickes have something that's a tradition? I know that you always with the kids and the parent pickup lines, but what is a Thicke family tradition that happens every year at Christmas?
Well, I think it's really just the celebration of a big dinner, of getting all the family together, and people, your cousins that you haven't seen much during the year, and catching up. And for me, it's just a celebration. My dad used to always make Christmas a very big deal. And so I've continued that tradition for my kids, whether it's huge sacks from Santa in the morning of presents or but my favorite part is the family dinner, is when everybody comes together and we all get to have a great meal and spend that quality time together.
And shout out to the talent that's in your family. Of course, Alan wrote some iconic songs for theme songs for shows like Different Strokes and Facts of Life, and then your mom.
Yes, and that's actually him singing also. That now the world don't move. That's Pops.
Oh yeah, man. He was a very talented guy, man. God rest his soul. And your mom, a #1 hit herself. So your parents, you wrote.
Yeah, my mom was the singer. The singer and an amazing performer. Like, I think that's where I got the performance bug, was watching my mom on stage as a young kid, and just seeing her passion and her commitment to her stage performances really influenced me.
The thing I'm a fan of yours is your ability to write hit songs, especially when you were catching fire at a young age. That's pretty remarkable. You were like a young prodigy. What advice did your dad give you at a young age about writing songs? Do you remember like the best advice he gave you?
I do. He gave me great advice. When I was singing, I was about 7 or 8 years old, and he said, well, make sure you learn how to play an instrument, and then make sure you can produce your own music, because that way you'll always be able to create without anyone else. You can always do it on your own. So I taught myself how to play piano around 12 years old, and started professionally writing and producing when I was 16. And I think that had a lot to do with, my dad just making sure that I learned how to do everything myself.
And you had that publishing deal at 16, writing songs for Mark Anthony and Usher, Christina Aguilera. What was going on in your life at that time that was giving you these abilities to write these songs? Where were they coming from, Robin?
I think it was just, I come from 6 generations of musicians. My grandfather was a jazz trumpet player, and so it was just in my DNA. Music was in my DNA, and I was the kid who, at 8 years old, I would sing on the school bus for everyone, or even when I was a teenager, my buddies would be like, hey, sing for the girls. So I just always, I could sing, and then that moved into songwriting and producing, and I was pretty much just a writer and producer from about 16 until my mid-20s, and then I fully committed myself to my own music, my own artistry, and stopped writing and producing for other people, and that's when I released my debut album.
And now you're a big star on network television, Fox, Wednesdays, 8 o'clock, The Masked Singer. It's going to be the finale tonight. Don't miss it. I want to hear more about this story, though, of you walking. I don't know how old you were. You could tell us. A young Robin Thicke walks in. It's David Foster, the legendary producer, the movie star Kevin Costner, and then the incomparable Whitney Houston.
You heard that story.
What is this day like? What's going on?
Well, my dad, honestly, my dad was just kind of Mr. Hollywood. I remember Magic Johnson said the first celebrity he met when he came to Los Angeles was my dad. My dad was at the Forum every night watching the Kings games and the Lakers games. My dad really was just Mr. Social. So I grew up in this world of him having all of these cool friends and cool stories. And, like Wayne Gretzky, I answered the phone the morning that Wayne Gretzky was traded, because Wayne was staying at our house and the day he was traded to Los Angeles. So one day I come home from Joe Torre baseball camp in the summer, and in the living room is Kevin Costner, David Foster, and this lovely black singer who, and they're trying out "I Will Always Love You" to see if it works, and then to present it to Whitney. And so those are just the kind of stories that I always, I grew up under my dad, just being around all this kind of crazy, cool stuff.
And you're still doing it crazy tonight. Make sure you see season 12 finale, 8 o'clock Eastern time, The Masked Singer. Also, you connected with Pharrell. What did you learn from this guy? Because he's a hit maker.
You learn everything from Pharrell. He is honestly, him and Quincy Jones are my two favorite producers that I've ever gotten to work with. And just being around Pharrell, he just breathes creativity and artistry and originality, and he's been a huge influence on my life and music.
Who's somebody that's at the top of your list right now that you're waiting for one night when you guys are taping The Masked Singer that Nick Cannon's going to tell you, my goodness, that's who I've been waiting to see with the mask on? Do you have a name?
Oh, SZA. Just give me SZA at any time.
Okay, so let's try to make that happen. And then who blew your mind the most on this show where it was like they took the mask off and your mouth dropped and you were like, no friggin' way?
Definitely Lil Wayne, because I have about 7 records with Lil Wayne. And the fact that I did not recognize his voice and I thought it was Shaun White, I've lost all credibility and I will regret forever.
I'm curious to know, we're about the same age, but we grew up in a time of some real sexy music, Robin, like Silk and H-Town and Jodeci and all that really sexy R&B music, which I can tell in your music has influenced you. What was the first song?
Oh, absolutely.
What was the first song that you sent to a girl, or back in these days, you didn't send it over a text message. You had to tell them to listen to the radio.
It's funny you say that. It was actually Jodeci. It was Forever My Lady. I would use that. I would play. I don't know if you remember, there used to be this thing called The Box on television where you could order videos, and pay like $1.99 to order a video. So I would order Jodeci, Forever My Lady, and literally sing it to the girl on a date with, and perform like I was Channing Tatum or something.
It seemed to work out for you, my man.
I would do my best. I would do my best Magic Mike impersonation, sing Jodeci's Forever My Lady.
What's been on your playlist these days? What's Robin listening to?
Well, actually, when I'm in album mode and I'm working on my own album, I really don't listen to too much. But my son, my 14-year-old son, who's now a budding singer and songwriter, etc., him and I really enjoy listening to music together. And SZA and Billie Eilish are two of our favorites.
And where can we listen to your son? I heard you mention that he's got some pipes on him, and you even say he's got more confidence than you at your age. So where do we find his music?
Well, he's got the stage confidence that I didn't have. I was a studio rat, I was just in the studio all the time, writing and recording. And he's got the stage bug. He just gets up on stage and just his personality explodes and his confidence explodes. He's fearless, and I think that's fun to watch as a dad, and just to encourage him and support him. I don't want to criticize him. I just support him. I just tell him, you're doing great, keep going, and I'm here for you anytime you need me.
So he is performing.
Well, I do have a fun story. So recently, he wrote a really good song, and I was like, man, I think this is the best song you've written yet. Is it okay if I sing a version of it? Because I just thought it would be cool if I sang a version of my 14-year-old son's song. And he goes, yeah, but that's my song, Dad.
He's getting to know the business, just like his old man.
Yeah, already, yeah, but that's great. He's like, he wants to. It's like his song. It's not your song, Dad. That's my song.
Well, Robin, man, you've been on a hot streak, and I'm proud of you, brother. Let's keep it going. I look forward to hearing this new music, and we'll be watching season 12 finale tonight on Fox.
Man, yeah, keep your ears open for the new music in the new year, and keep your eyes open. Masked Singer tonight. The finale is going to be very exciting. We have Nick Lachey doing a holiday song, and we got the Buffaloes versus the Wasps. So some of our most talented singers we've ever had on the show.
All right, man. Well, good stuff, Robin. Congrats on the success, and hopefully you'll come on when you drop the new album, man. Peace out, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'll come back. I appreciate it. Thank you.